sharing our kitchen reveal with you guys. I know it's been a long time coming. I've said a number of times that maybe this week or in 2 weeks I should have it up. As with a lot of renovations, unfortunately, things often take longer than expected. So anyways, we're here today. If you're new, my name is Steph. My husband and I with our kids just moved into an old 1700s farmhouse a couple of months ago, and we're in the process of renovating the place. So I hope you enjoy. I would love if you would subscribe. If you're new, hit the thumbs up if you liked this kitchen. Okay, now with all that aside, I'm sure you're waiting to see what happened in here. But before we can go there, let me show you where we came from. Dining room, and I have it all set for you. I would love to host you guys, and I thought it'd be fun to just do a simple little tablescape to show you what it might look like. So yes, it is morning. We have the sunlight glaring in right now. I hope that's okay. I tried to film this yesterday. In fact, I spent all day getting ready for it till I finally got to filming. It was getting dark, and I uploaded the video at like midnight, and lo and behold, it was grainy because it was too dark. So, and I didn't have my focus set right. So, two problems, but we're back here today with gorgeous morning sunlight. You might remember these tall windows from the other time. We just painted them white. It's also the Chantilly lace white, and then these curtains are actually from IKEA, and when they came, I hung them and they looked so yellow. So I was like, man, what can I do? Because I love the linen look. And I looked it up online and actually ended up bleaching them, and it worked great. So I guess it works to bleach linen. Then the curtain rods are from Amazon, and I'll link them down below. All right, moving on around the room, we have this beautiful big plant, and don't remember the name of it, unfortunately. If you know what it's called, let me know down below. But it's got huge leaves and it's a really good sized plant. So I was excited about that. I found this, it was just a cheap planter, but what doesn't a little matte paint fix? I think it looks really high end now. I may put something up here later. If you know me, you know my rooms are always evolving. If you want to keep up to date with the rooms, then follow me on Instagram. That's a little more reliable than always doing update videos on here. But I may add something here, but I do love just the clean kind of, I don't love when things are cluttered. So for now, I'm leaving it like this. You might remember from the before video that this floor was actually carpet earlier, and then there was a different floor in the kitchen. So we tore out all the carpet and obviously the other floor. They actually jacked up the house because it was really crooked. And then Josh put in this beautiful hardwood. And now we're facing the dining room table. Yes, this is the same table that we had in the other house. It's the one that Josh built, and I love it. All right, and this is how I set the table. I thought it would be fun to do a little tablescape for you guys. You might remember this charcuterie board is what it actually was. I'm using it as my centerpiece right now. And then we also have some flowers here, and these are all from our yard. I've been having so much fun picking flowers this summer, and I'm gonna miss that when it comes time to dig up my dahlia tubers. These have been such a fun little project for me this summer. No, but really, just look at those petals. This is the Cafe Au Lait Dahlia, and it's just a stunner every time. I did also forget to mention our light. So this fixture is from Overstock and really gives a lot of light, as you can imagine, with, I believe it's 18 bulbs. So that's where it's from, and I'll try to link it down below. I did a poll on Instagram between this picture and a different one. You guys were so close. It was literally like 50-50, but I decided to go with this one. I love that it adds a little bit of color, but I feel like it adds a lot of depth with the darkness of it and just kind of a moody floral like that. It was a little bit hard to put on because it did come in panels. And so some of the seams were a little bit noticeable. I actually put a little paint in them, black paint, to cover them up. But I think it looks good now. And then Josh just built the frame for me and we painted that. And I think it's beautiful. It adds a really big statement piece to the dining room, and so far I'm loving it. But it is a peel and stick wallpaper, and so it is easy to remove if we need to. Also, I did not mention, but all of our wall colors were actually a little bit of a pickle. I didn't want just white, although most people would probably come in here and say, yeah, that's definitely white. It is a very light color, but you can see some contrast between that and the trim. So what we ended up doing was I mixed the paint of Benjamin Moore Classic Gray and then the Benjamin Moore Chantilly Lace. So we mixed it 2 parts Chantilly Lace to 1 part Classic Gray. So it does definitely have a bit of a gray tint, but it is still really light and airy, and it's just the perfect blend. So now we told our paint people what they have it in their system, and we called it, let's see, Classic Lace, I think, to mix the two, and we're actually using this color through a lot of the house. And we are moving into the kitchen. I know y'all have been waiting for this. Up here we have the same built-in cabinets. We just painted them, and yes, we are still waiting on the hardware. I thought, goodness, I can't wait forever to film this video. I don't know when they're coming. Apparently they're shipped but not arrived yet. So they will get the same knobs, as you'll see through the rest of the kitchen. Moving on, we have this little seating area here. You might remember from my empty home tour that there's a lot of deep windows through this house. It's because it's such an old home. This is actually solid stone, and there is like a sunroom out there, which I actually turned into a workout room. But this would have used to be the outside wall of the house. And so, yeah, this is solid stone, and we have that all through the house, a lot of deep windows, which I love, and I'm trying to get creative what to turn these window seats into. A lot of them will be just window seats, and then some of them I'm putting plants on and stuff. I just put a fur rug on here with a pillow and a magazine, and I thought that's fun for now. And yes, this coffee doesn't sit here endlessly. Just had some fun staging for you guys. Moving on, just put a big clock next to that, and then the door I actually painted a matte black. I love how that makes it kind of just stick out. Kind of reminds me of a European design for some reason, and I love that. So after that come these hooks. These hooks next to the door are another fun accent. They were here when we moved. I just painted them again, and then we're drying some lavender on here, and I have my apron hanging on the other side. And that brings us to the kitchen cabinet. So we sat down with a cabinet guy and designed this kitchen. It was pretty much frying our brains trying to design this thing. I didn't know if I wanted open shelving. You have to pick, you know, the exact color. For me, I have a really hard time visualizing things. Pictures help me so much, but to see how this room was before and try to envision something new is hard. I love how it turned out though. I really love the statement of this hood vent hood. Do you say hood vent or vent hood? I don't know. You get the drift. I decided to go with ceiling height cabinets to add more height to an already tall room. I believe our ceilings are 9 feet tall. I could be wrong. It's either 9 or 11 feet or something like that. They're tall. I didn't know if I wanted open shelving. I almost went with that, and then I wasn't sure. And then actually when we installed these, or was it right before, when the room was starting to come together, I really started wishing I had gone with open shelving. I know they're so popular right now. But now that we're full circle and we have it like this, I really do love it. And even though I can't even reach the top cabinets because they're so high, it is so much storage, and I think it just has a good feel too, especially with the height of the room again, and open shelving is a lot harder to clean. I did do a little open shelving over by the coffee bar too. This is what we did now, and I love it. Our knobs are from Rejuvenation Hardware. We have the round ones up here, and then we have pulls down here. All of these drawers are soft close, so you can push them shut, but they'll close gently, which is really nice, especially if you have little ones sleeping. And then on this side, I did get another spice cabinet put in. I had that at the other house and loved it. So that's next to the stove. Our stove here has a funny story. We actually weren't planning to get a commercial-sized oven here, and our cabinet guy accidentally made the cabinet space for a 36-inch stove instead of a traditional 32-inch. So we did end up getting a big stove. While we weren't planning to spend the money on that right then, I'm sure it'll come in really handy in the future. In fact, I already baked the girls' birthday cakes in here, and you can make like 5 cakes at once. So I'm sure that'll come in handy as the years go by. I forgot to mention the tile. So this tile came from Floor & Decor store. We thought of going with an actual real marble tile, but apparently real marble, if you get like juice stains on it or things like that, it will not come out. And so we went with this. It looks like marble. I forget what it's actually called, but I'll link it down below, and you can check it out. So far, we're loving it, and I just love how it ties in with the island, which you didn't see it, but it's a dark color. I love how dramatic it is. We weren't originally planning to go with this one, but I'm so glad that we did. I think it just ties it all together so well. We just have more cabinets all around here, and then the kitchen window. Josh pounded out that 18-inch thick stone for me to get me a big kitchen window, and I love it. It has a really deep windowsill, which I also really like. I'm not sure yet if I'll put herbs back there. I thought of putting potted herbs back there. I also really love just open like this with some flowers, so I'm not sure what we're gonna do there. But for now, this is what I have here. We did pick a matte faucet for the sink and then this apron-front sink. I love this. It is so nice. Right when it came, I was like, it looks like a tub. But it's so nice, and I just love the style of the apron front. But also, we did have one of these that's just all in one sink at our other house already. I really loved it and would highly recommend it rather than the divided sink. All right, you guys, I hope I'm not confusing you with turning my camera around. With all the windows, it makes it really hard not to look dark like I do right now. But next to the kitchen, so right here is the big kitchen window. Next to that, we have more cabinets up there, and then the fridge, and then the dishwasher as well. So that's the end of the wall cabinets. Here, I just set up a little coffee bar area. We have some mugs up here, syrups, the coffee guide I just printed off of Pinterest, and then we have a hanging pothos plant here. These mugs, I for the life of me could not decide if we should go with colorful like this or if I should do them all white. So let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. I thought it added a nice little pop of color, but I love my neutrals, so I can't decide. And then we have a Keurig and a milk frother here. You might recognize the coffee buffet from our old house. I just gave it a little makeover, and here she sits again. And then we do have some plants in the bottom there. Finally, we are spin back around to the island. This is the island. It is a not quite black color. I think it's called black iron. I'm gonna double check and leave it down below. It's Benjamin Moore. And then I just love the gold pulls all along here. Again, I would highly suggest big drawers instead of cupboards. I really have been loving that. A lot of counter space here, and then on the other side is actually where we'll eat breakfast and lunch most days. These island chairs are from the CB2 line in Target. They are leather, and they're super affordable, by the way, too. But they're leather, which makes them so easy to clean. At our old house, we had microfiber, I think, was the fabric on them, and they really left stains. So this is so nice to keep clean, and they're comfortable. So I would highly recommend those as well. I did put just another jar of flowers up here, and my favorite small town candle company candles. Just a little decorations on there, and maybe you can see the countertops a little bit. There's a lot of glare from the window on the countertops. We picked a quartz for these. They are really heavy and so smooth, so easy to clean. I would highly recommend them. It's really hard to see on camera. They do have the black going through them. For our lighting, we picked these, I call them marshmallow lights. And I love those. I believe those were also from Overstock, but I'll try to link them down below. Makeover. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it inspired you, maybe gave you some ideas if you're in the renovation process. So thanks so much for spending some time with me today. I hope you have an amazing weekend, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye guys.